When
No,
they fight the IDF, they wear civilian clothes.
yeah, so they can like hide with the people.
Okay, do you know how that called?
No, I don't know how to count. No.
So when you're not, so first of all, it's a war crime.
Yeah.
First of all, if you're right now a soldier, and when
Mm-hmm.
you're fighting in a war against another soldier, you're not wearing your uniform, so you can be easily identifiable. It's a war crime because what you're doing, it's called human shields. You are
Yeah, that's
dressed
true.
like a
That's true.
civilian and you're making yourself look like a civilian, which means
Yeah.
that if the IDF attacks you right now and attacks another civilian next to you, you just made that civilian die because of you.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, well, I'm good. Where are you from?
I'm from Israel. Where are you from? Blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
What did he say?
You're from
Yeah,
Israel.
he was
Israel,
talking.
yeah, I'm from Israel. Where are you from?
Wait. I have a question. What do you think about the situation like in Israel and Palestine?
What do I think about it?
Yeah, like I just want your opinion.
It's a war, and we have to win, and hopefully we win fast.
Oh, okay. So
I hope you die in the war.
uh, skip.
No,
So
keep, I want to talk to you actually.
no, I said like skip what he said.
Oh, yeah.
So like, what is like happening in Israel that like we don't see?
Oh, there's a lot that you don't see. You guys are unfortunately seeing only the propaganda of the other side that tells you that there is a genocide and that there is starvation.
Yeah, that's like what I'm asking. What's happening in Israel?
Yeah,
So
what's happening is a war. The Palestinian people declared a war on October 7, 2023. They came, they murdered civilians in Israel, they took hostages, and now they are dealing with the consequences.
so I have a question. So why they kill children?
Why the Palestinians kill children? You should ask them.
No, no. I have like opposite. Like
You asking if the IDF kill children?
yeah,
We don't kill children.
but like there's so much proof.
Well, no, not really. Okay, what is a proof? Is a photo of
No,
somebody
no.
on the ground a proof? What is a proof?
I have seen a video. It's on Twitter and it's filmed by a journalist.
A video of what? What did you see in the video?
A soldier
You saw a
two,
video that shows an IDF soldier shooting a
shooting
child?
two children while they're
What's the
running away.
video? How can I find it?
I don't know. Search on Twitter.
There is no one video that shows an IDF soldier kill a child. You know what there is? There are videos of children that are dead, and somebody that tells you, "Trust me, bro, the IDF killed them."
No,
There
no,
is no
but I have.
one video. Okay, prove it to me.
But like you have to understand, I watch Twitter. Like I don't like. Who's he on
But if it's something
the
that happened, you'll be able to find it very quickly, right? So look
yeah.
for it real quick and show it to me.
But
I don't remember.
you know when you like scroll on
Yeah, I
TikTok.
understand that you just scrolled and you saw it,
Yeah,
but
so
if
I
it's
don't
something
remember
that
like
but if it's something
perfectly.
that's happening a lot, if it's something that's happening a lot, that the IDF is killing children, you'll be
Mhm.
able to find the video very quickly if you're just
Yeah,
looking for it, right?
that's true. But like, I'm talking like about the worst video I've seen. But like I've seen like many other like things. You know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's a war. Are you
Of
agree?
course, it's a war.
Are
I
you
know.
agree that Hamas use child soldiers?
Yeah,
So if right now a
because they don't.
15-year-old, if right now a
They
15-year
they
old
don't
has a
have. You know why?
Kalashnikov.
You know why? Because they don't have like enough. Like they don't have really a military.
They do. They have Hamas.
Yeah, Hamas. It's it's not a military from Palestine.
Well, it
It's
is. It is
organized
actually.
by an Islamic person, like important person in Islamic, uh, how do you say it, world, and people like the most they call them jahideen.
Yeah,
They
but that's still their military. Hamas
yeah,
is their government, but they also have an armed section.
but
Just know that the IDF
Mike,
is killing children.
The IDF is not killing children. Hamas is killing
Just
children, and this is why the
you need to be polite.
Palestinians right now are suffering. Don't you agree that this
Okay,
what's
war?
but
up with
wait.
Don't you agree that all the people would be alive if Hamas didn't come in October 7 and kill civilians?
Hoeveel is die?
Listen to me. You come in Palestine.
No.
I think 60
لا
years ago.
حبيبي لا حبيبي تحكي عربي؟
أنا بحكي عربي إيه.
Where are you from؟ من وين أنت؟
عراق.
Iraq? Okay, cool. Iraq.
Uh,
Do you agree with me, my friend, that if Hamas was not coming to Israel on October 7, 2023 and kill all the Yahoods, do you agree with me that all of those children would have been alive?
like, wait, which children, sir? Like
The
the Israeli
Palestinian
children?
children that you're saying that are dead, they would be
But
alive if they didn't
in my
start a
opinion,
war.
like I respect your opinion, but in my opinion, yeah, I like how because I do not like live in Palestine or like Israel, so I don't know. I just follow the media, you know.
Yeah.
I've done like a little research. I just thought like Gaza is like or Hamas is just defending because Israel they have like a good army. All of the world knows that, and they have like USA after them. So Israel, Palestine, they don't really have a chance,
They
you know,
do. They
because
have Iran and Qatar.
yeah, but like you cannot say Iran and Qatar will win against like all European countries and
It's not
USA.
all European countries. Israel
It's
Israel gets
almost. It's
Israel gets
almost.
weapon Israel gets weapon from United States. You are
Yeah,
right. But
yeah,
Hamas gets their weapon from Iran and from Qatar.
yeah. That's
So
true.
they
But
also have their back. But let me ask you something, Habibi. Let me
yeah,
ask you a question. Do you think that what's happened in Palestine, do you think it was a genocide? Or do you think it was a war?
it,
They
it,
come. They come
it's
in Palestine.
officially a war. But like I've seen like, and I come from war. I lived in Iraq. I'm born in Iraq. I go to another country because of war.
Yeah.
So I understand like we have because America also fucked Iraq. Everybody knows that. But we kept like living, defending, trying to defend. So I think, in my opinion, that's what's and I think actually also Iraq was also in war with Palestine when Saddam Hussein was a
With Israel,
president.
yeah. With
Yeah.
Israel, yeah.
So I just think like Israel's defending or attacking because I, I don't know why because I don't know. I'm
Let
not
me
gonna
tell
lie.
you from my perspective and then you tell me
Yeah,
what you think, okay?
yeah,
From my perspective, Jews, us, I'm Jewish, obviously. Us,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Jews, we live right now where our ancestors lived, right? We're Bnei
Mm-hmm.
Israel. We live in the land of Israel because we are Bnei Israel.
Mm-hmm.
We have Israel, which in Israel, we have Jews, we have Muslims, we have Christians, we have Baha'is, we have a lot of other cultures.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
20% of Israelis are Arab. You probably know that, right?
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you have the Gazans that live in Gaza that didn't want to be a part of Israel. We gave them Gaza in 2005. We left Gaza. The IDF left Gaza completely. And not only we left Gaza militarily, we also removed all of our citizens that lived in Gaza. We
Mm-hmm.
removed thousands of Jews that lived in Gaza because we wanted to give that land to the Gazans to create a Palestinian state. And what
Yeah.
did they do in 2005? They elected Hamas, then became their leadership and started shooting rockets in 2007. Before
Yeah.
2007, people could come in and out from Gaza freely. They didn't have to go through a border, for example, before 2007. In
Yeah.
2007, Israel added a border between us and Gaza, and they've been shooting rockets since then. They've been entering into Israel for work and doing terror attacks in Israel. And then finally, 2 years ago in October 7, they breached the fence. 6,000 Palestinians entered into Israel. 3,000 of them was Hamas, and 3,000 of them were just civilians. And they killed, they butchered, they raped, they took hostage, and they started a war against us. A war that right now we have to finish. And the only way for us to finish it is if Hamas is completely obliterated and they don't have any offensive capabilities. That's our
But I
job.
have one question on
Yeah,
this. Like,
please.
um, why do like I'm just saying what I see on media.
Please
You
go ahead. You can
understand?
speak. It's okay,
Yeah.
Habibi. Like literally, speak freely.
So I just asked like why I've seen like on like TV channels, news channels, like many innocent like people in Gaza they die.
Yeah. Innocent people
Yeah,
die in war and it's unfortunate. Innocent
yeah,
people
but
die on
the
both
like
sides.
they're like I've seen on the news they um sent like a rocket on a hospital.
So let me ask you a question because it's actually really nice talking to you. It's so funny. You look young, but you're probably the most mature person I spoke to today. So good for you. Uh,
Thank
seriously. So I feel like a little bit. How many military bases does Hamas has in Gaza?
I actually don't know. I don't know.
So Hamas doesn't have any military bases in Gaza.
Oh,
They
they
have
have like
zero.
in Israel around.
So what they do basically, Hamas is utilizing a warfare technique that's called guerrilla warfare.
I know they go in like different places.
So yeah, they are basically, they
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have designated military bases and they fight from within civilian infrastructure. So when they fight from hospitals, civilian homes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
schools, universities. Also, they have tunnels underneath Gaza that basically goes through the entirety of Gaza. So first of
Yeah.
all, they don't have military bases. Good. When Hamas fights the IDF, what are they wearing? Are they wearing military bases, like military clothes? What are they wearing?
They're wearing all black.
They wear black. What do you
They
mean?
were
Like there's.
black.
What do you mean?
They know. I've seen like the outfit. They don't really have like a specific outfit.
So they do. So Hamas has a uniform
It's is
that
it like right black and like beige يعني
I'll
I
show
don't know.
you.
I
This
don't
is
know how
their
to say it.
uniform, Hamas.
Mike? Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yes.
they have uniforms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But do you know when they fight the IDF, do you think they wear these uniforms?
No, of course no.
So what do they wear?
That's what I said. They were all like black
So
because
they're not wearing
they
black
I
actually. When
know.
they fight the IDF, they wear civilian clothes.
Yeah, so they can like hide with the people.
Okay, do you know how that called?
No, I don't know how to count. No.
So when you're not, so first of all, it's a war crime.
Yeah.
First of all, if you right now a soldier and when
Mm-hmm.
you're fighting in a war against another soldier, you're not wearing your uniform, so you can be easily identifiable. It's a war crime because what you're doing, it's called human shields. You are
Yeah, that's
dressed
true.
like a
That's true.
civilian and you're making yourself look like a civilian, which means
Yeah.
that if the IDF attacks you right now and attacks another civilian next to you, you just made that civilian die because of you.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yes,
So
yes.
Hamas utilizes human shields and they don't have military bases, which means that when the IDF needs to fight them, it's very hard to differentiate
Yeah.
between who is a
But
terrorist and who is a civilian.
that's so like that's what I meant. Like they don't really have like how do I say it, like a military because
They do.
but
They do
yes,
have the uniforms, they just don't
but
wear them.
okay, but this Hamas is not like a, how do you say it, like a military for Gaza or Palestine.
It is.
It's it no way. It's a Islamic, yeah,
Yeah.
group that comes from Lebanon, Iran, and I think even Iraq.
You're talking about the IRGC, which basically Hamas, the Houthis, Hezbollah, all of those groups
Yes,
are their proxy groups. But each one of those proxy groups are very much operating like militaries. They have military
that's what I mean. So
capabilities.
they don't have like a stable, how do you say, military. They're connecting.
Yeah, they're all funded by Iran, but they're
Yes,
still the military of Gaza. They're still the representation of the military of Gaza. So
that's
let
true.
me ask you this, just because we talked about civilians dying. How
Yeah,
many people do you think died from the beginning of the war?
I don't know, but many. That's what I know,
Let
but I don't
me
know.
let me check that real quick to get you the exact number for today. So the number right now that I'm looking in for an impact. So I'm looking at the UN website, right? The
Yeah.
UN website, 67,938 not confirmed.
Yes.
Confirmed, we have 67,173. So let's say, you know what, let's make it round. 70,000 people died from the
Yeah.
beginning of the war, okay?
Yeah.
Do you know how many of them are Hamas? How many of them are terrorists?
No, of course not.
I don't know as well. You know why?
Yeah. Why?
Because when Hamas reports that people are dying, they don't differentiate between a terrorist and a civilian.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the 67,000, the 70,000, it includes everybody, civilians, but also Hamas, PIJ, PFLP, DFLP, Lions Den. All of those terrorist groups are also included in the death toll,
But
plus
like
people
who?
that died from natural deaths.
Yeah. But like who like reports how many people died?
Hamas. Hamas,
But
you
how
can see
how
it here.
do
If you go, I can actually write it in the chat, but I don't know if you know, let me actually,
I
I'll
see
take a
it?
snapshot.
Source.
It says
The source.
source, Ministry Health of Gaza. Hamas
Yeah.
reports the numbers.
Yeah. So okay, I understand now.
So Hamas is the one that says that 67. Here,
People, yeah,
I
that.
made it backwards. So you see, source
Yeah.
Ministry of Health Gaza.
Yeah.
So Hamas is the one that claimed that 70,000 people died,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not saying again how many of them are terrorists, how many of them are civilians, and also how
But
many of
how
them
will
just
they?
died from natural deaths. Because that's something that they also add to the death toll. If somebody that is 100 years old just die because he's old, they still add him to the total death toll.
But I don't think somebody in Gaza can live up 200 years right
No,
now.
I'm saying, well, first of all, yes, it can happen, but you know that people die also from natural deaths, right?
Yeah,
From
of
a
course.
heart attack, from disease, illness. People die from natural deaths. The matter of fact, before the war started, in Gaza, like the average of how many people died every year just from natural deaths, again, old age, all of that, was about 5 to 7,000 people a year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that means that at least 10,000 people out of the 70,000 that they are reporting died just from natural deaths. At least 10,000 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, again, you have all the terrorists and all of that. Do you know how many tons of explosives Israel dropped on Gaza from the beginning of the war?
I don't know that much.
Can you guess? From videos that you've seen, I'm sure you saw videos of devastation, buildings that are
Between who?
destroyed.
Like Israel on Palestine or Hamas or on Israel?
Well, Hamas is Palestine.
Yeah, that's
So,
like
how many do you think Israel, the IDF, dropped? How many tons of bombs do you think we dropped on Gaza?
wow, 3,000. I don't know.
Oh, way more.
Way more.
Way more.
10,000. I don't know.
So Al Jazeera, they had a report that basically said that over 200,000 pounds of bombs
Damn.
were dropped. So it's about 10 times the amount of explosive that we dropped, the United States, on Japan.
Yeah.
So over 200,000 bombs, 200,000 pounds of explosive, it's about 200,000 bombs. How many people do you think can die if right now I drop one bomb in a crowded area?
How many people die?
How many people do you think if right now I take a bomb and I drop it in a crowded area full of people, how many people do you think can die out of one bomb?
I mean, it can be a lot, but it's like the type of bomb you would drop.
Yeah, so let's say the average bomb that is being used by Israel, about 2,000-pound bomb.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a bomb that can destroy a building, but it's not going to completely make it into dust,
I
but it will
understand.
destroy the building. So how many people do you think this type of bomb, if you
I
just
think
drop it?
on a crowded space, I think more than like 500. I think.
More than 500. You know what I will say, to be conservative, I will say I think at least 100 people will die, like
Yeah,
at least.
that is of course. Yeah.
But you know what? Let's take the 100 to make this very conservative. So we agree that at least 100 people will die from one bomb if the IDF
Yeah.
is dropping it in a crowded area with the intent to destroy the population.
Yeah.
So let's do the math real quick. So 200,000-pound bombs multiply by 100 people that can die from one of them. That would mean that if the IDF actually had the intent to kill as many people as possible, 20 million people would have been dead.
Yeah.
So how do you explain that the number, obviously there's not even 20 million people living in Gaza, it's only 2 million, but how do you explain that the number should have been 20 million because we dropped so many bombs, but it's only 70,000? And that includes the terrorists.
Because it isn't always like on a, how do you say it, like they, of course, like IDF is trying to like kill Hamas, so it isn't always on the people, crowded people.
So you don't think, okay, that's good. So you agree that the IDF is not targeting the civilians. They're targeting Hamas.
Yes.
And then
yes.
unfortunately, sometimes civilians die as well.
Yeah,
because
but
they're
like
close.
what I think, that's true. I agree on that. But like on a hospital or like on where they like where they like have some tents
The
to
Al Mawasi zone, the humanitarian
yeah,
zones.
they like bomb there. I don't understand why. There may be, of course, there may be are Hamas, but they also know there are innocent people living there. Yes, and if Israel wants, they can go like through all Gaza and kill like all, let's say all the terrorists or Hamas, because if IDF enters Gaza,
By
the
foot, you mean?
Hamas will come up like trying to defend.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to
So
say.
let me touch this real quick. So first of all, the hospital claim, I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you. Yeah, we do attack hospitals because again, Hamas doesn't have military bases. So
Yeah.
per the Geneva Convention, if military or militants are using hospitals, schools as their military base, those
Mm-hmm.
are not protected anymore. So per
Yeah.
the Geneva Convention, you can attack a hospital if it's being used by the terrorist basically as a military base. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, a lot of people are thinking that all those hospitals are destroyed, where the reality, a lot of those hospitals that were attacked, they were attacked in very specific attacks, and a lot of those hospitals are still very much intact. And the only reason that they are not operable, because if you go to the UN website and you see how many hospitals are in total and how many are still functioning, for
Mm-hmm.
somebody that see those numbers, they would think, oh, the ones that are not functioning, it means that they are destroyed. But actually, no, it just means that they are closed because the majority of the population was in the southern side of Gaza, which is where the humanitarian zones are. So you don't need to
Yeah.
keep a hospital in the north side of Gaza if there is no civilians. So it was just evacuated. But yeah, we did attack some hospitals. We had operations like in Al Shifa Hospital. We
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
had operations there where we literally saw video footage of Hamas bringing our hostages to the Al Shifa hospital. So yeah, we will attack those specific targets because they become legitimate military targets. As for the humanitarian zone in Al Muasi, we attacked the Al Muasi zone, the humanitarian zones where the civilians were, one
Mm-hmm.
time, and that was when we knew and we had intelligence that one of the high Hamas officials was there, Mohammed Def. He was there and he was killed in that
صح.
operation. Even though at first they lied and they said that no Hamas was killed and only civilians, and then a few weeks later they admitted that Mohammed Def was killed in that operation. So every single operation that we're doing is with the intent to destroy Hamas. But let me tell you something, Habibi,
Yeah.
because you brought up Islam.
Yeah.
Hamas is not a group of people. We can't kill every single Hamas because Hamas is an ideology. Hamas is an idea, it's not a group of people. You can kill all the Hamas members, but then in 10 years, 20 years, there's going to be a new Hamas and a new
Yeah.
Hamas because it's an ideology.
Of course, that's what I meant. Like they're not like literally a military.
Yeah, so I will say to kind of like just make it a little more, because you're very close, just to make it a little more specific. They are a military, but they are not like they're not a military in the sense that they just want to protect their people and their land. No, their idea is to free Palestine من المية المية فلسطين عربية. That's their point. That's their goal. So,
Yeah.
but they are a military, even though they're carrying very extreme ideology. They have a government in Gaza. They have the Ministry of Health in Gaza, and they also have an army in Gaza. But their ideology is not to liberate Palestine. It's not
What
the
is
ideology.
liberate? What means liberate?
Liberate. When
Liberate.
they say free Palestine, what do they mean by free Palestine? When they tell it to white Europeans, the Europeans think, oh, freedom of speech. That's not what they
Yeah.
mean. When they mean free Palestine, they mean free of the Yahuds. That's what they mean. من المية المية فلسطين عربية. Exactly how they
Not
say it.
not Yahuds.
Yahuds.
Zionists.
What is a Zionist? You know what is a Zionist?
Sorry.
Let me tell you what is
Wait.
a Zionist. A Zionist is a Yahud who is not a Dhimmi. This is what a Zionist is. A Yahud with a state. That's what a Zionist
Yeah.
is. But what do you think a Zionist is? You tell me.
I don't know. I'm just saying what I see on social media.
Well, in Hamas, their own charter, when they wrote their charter in the 80s, they wrote, our job is to kill all the Yahuds. So they didn't say Zionists, they said the Yahuds.
Actually, I have a question. How do you speak Arabic?
But
So
then my
well.
grandparents, they spend their diaspora time in Yemen.
Oh.
Yemeni.
Also, I have a question. Like, I want to know, why do like Jewish people live in like, let's we say like around whole the world?
Like, why do they live everywhere?
Yeah,
That's a good question. Do you
yeah.
So you know that all Jewish people come from Judea, right? Which is in Israel. This is where we are from originally.
That's a point where it started because people say Judea was Israel, but other people say Palestine.
Yeah, Palestine
Palestine.
was after Judea.
That's what the problem is
No,
because
actually, it's very simple. So the land was called Judea, Judea and Israel. It was the kingdom of Israel, right? Israel, like your prophet, right?
yeah.
Yaqub, Israel. So the land used to be called the kingdom of Israel, and there was another kingdom of Judea. And then we are coming from there. After the Roman Empire conquered the land, because the Romans conquered the land, right? They
Hmm.
destroyed their temple.
I don't know much about history,
So
so I
I'm
don't know.
giving you a very quick overview. We lived
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
we had kingdom there, we had sovereignty there. The Romans came, destroyed their temple, we lost the war against them. And what they did, they exiled a lot of the Jews, and also they renamed the land from Judea to Syria Palestina. And that was
Uh-huh.
because the Syrians, the Assyrians, they were the enemies of the Jews, and the Philistines were the enemies of the Jews. So they wanted to wipe the memory of the Jews from the land. So they renamed it from Judea to Syria
So
Palestina.
the war actually is never like done.
The
It just
war,
keeps
the war, no, the war just changes faces. Let me ask you, what is Palestine even? What does Palestine mean in Arabic?
in Arabic. What does it mean?
Yeah,
Palestine.
what does it mean?
I I don't know. I don't know what it means, but I like what
Herat,
like
it doesn't
what.
mean shit in Arabic. What is Palestine? It doesn't mean anything. It's called Palestine and they call it Palestine because they don't even have P in the language. There's no P in Arabic.
What? Wait. What?
Palestine is a European word.
No, Palestine is Arab.
Palestine is a European word.
It's
Only the
Arabic. It's
Europeans.
Arabic word.
It's not, what does it mean in Arabic?
In 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 Europe, they say
Yeah,
Palestine.
what does Palestine mean?
I don't know
It
because I'm
doesn't mean
not like
anything. This is why you don't know.
educated enough to know.
It
I'm
doesn't
still
mean
young, you
anything.
know.
If right now you write in Google, what does Palestine means in Arabic, it will tell you Palestine is the name of a land. There's no name,
Yeah,
there's no,
that's the meaning then.
let me educate you a little bit, okay? Because I've been doing it for a while. 2 years ago, when I would talk to Palestinians, just Palestinians, and I would ask them what that word means, they would tell me, we are the Philistines from the Old
Okay, so
Testament.
now I have a question.
Yeah.
What does like America mean? What does Belgium mean? What does Israel mean?
Israel. Okay, first of all, you're bringing names of countries that not necessarily have meanings because they are colonial countries.
No,
Israel,
so is
Israel,
Palestine.
but it's different. Israel does have a meaning. Israel is literally, we are Bnei Israel. We are the children of Jacob. There
But
is a
you know,
meaning.
okay,
Israel
but you know,
is
Beni
our
Israel,
identity.
Beni Israel doesn't have to do anything with the name Israel of the country.
It does.
It doesn't.
This is why our country is named Israel, because we are the children of Israel. You don't have to believe in it. I know that.
No, no, look, I respect you, but
No, I'm
like you
saying I
guys,
know you respect me.
you have your opinion and I have my opinion.
No,
You know?
this is what I'm saying. You don't have to agree with it. I know that in the Quran they talk about Bnei Israel
I,
over 40 times, but I know
yeah.
that in the hadiths there's a lot of hadiths that talk about how we are not Bnei Israel and we are Jews. We're not Bnei Israel. We are Bnei Israel, and this is why we named our land Israel, because this is who we are. It actually have a meaning to us, not like the Palestinians, that the word Palestine doesn't mean anything to them, because the only people that used to call that land Palestine were Europeans. The Romans, we used to call it, the British, they called it
So why
Palestine.
they call it Palestine then?
The Arabs,
No, the European. You say they call it like
they
why
called
did
it because
they?
that was the colonized name of the land. They
So
colonized
it
the
was
land
Palestine
and they
then.
changed the name.
Wait, I don't really understand. So they called it Palestine because
They didn't just call it Palestine, they called it Syria Palestina.
yeah.
Just like Jerusalem, they renamed Jerusalem to Ilia Capitolina. Those are
No.
Europeans' names.
Yeah, but I don't think, like in my opinion, that Palestine is a word that comes from European, like
It does.
they.
It's literally was renamed by the British. The Roman Empire, Hadrian was the one that named it Syria Palestina.
Like Syria. Okay.
You know that the Palestinian never called themselves Palestinian before 1960, right?
Yes, of course,
They
because
call themselves
the
Arab.
name the name country wasn't Palestine.
Yeah, because it's not. It's a national identity. They call themselves Arab because this is what they are. They're not Palestinians.
Yeah, but you know, like back in the time, there wasn't like a big. Every country was it on itself. It was like a big state.
Right? It was. It
Yeah.
was tribes.
Yeah, so names they just like popped out. You know, like you have Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Iraq, Syria.
But they are claiming, the Palestinians claiming that they are an ethnic group. That's what they are
But
claiming.
you know, I think 200 or 2000 before Christ, there were a group living in the Caribbean zone. They were called like something with Palestine.
The Philistines.
Philistines.
They were
yes.
Greek.
Yeah, but
They were Europeans.
So
They were
so
Greek.
wait. Okay, so Greek people. How I don't understand. How do you know they were Greek?
Because they were. It literally says that in the scripture. When it talks about the Philistines, they lived in Gaza, Ashkelon.
but
they were sea people.
But why? How do you know they were Greek? Because
We know that because we have archaeological
Greek
evidence.
wasn't even a country.
But it doesn't matter. They lived in the islands of Greece. That's where they lived. They invaded the land from Greece. It's a fact.
Okay.
If you Google it, you'll see. If you Google who were the Philistines, they were Greek sea people. They came from the islands of Greek.
Okay.
Europeans,
Okay,
white
okay.
people.
So white people. Okay.
Nothing wrong with white people, but
No,
that's
I
what they were.
understand, yeah.
They were white people.
Yeah, I understand.
Definitely not a unique ethnic group. Definitely not Arab. Definitely
Okay.
not.
Okay.
They didn't eat hummus. That's for sure.
Hummus.
They didn't eat hummus for sure. Not baklawa and not none of that. Honestly, really nice talking to you. Very cordial.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Because many people, they don't talk. They just like shout.
And that's the mistake. If we don't talk, Habibi, how we're going to find peace, right?
That's what I mean. Because I'm still young and I'm still like trying to like learn, you know, because I want to.
Yeah.
Because, so
Let
yeah.
me give you the best advice ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you on both sides. Every
Yeah.
single information that you hear, research and really ask yourself,
Of course.
why are they telling me this? Because there's so much lies. You know what? On both sides, and it's important to really understand.
I really don't believe nothing on social media. Just so you know.
Good for you, Habibi.
I
Mabruk.
really don't believe because I know the shit.
Mabruk.
Because on social media you're gonna have people that are on this side and on this side, so you can never like know the truth.
I agree
If you
with
want, you can research, but it's not like easy, you know.
No, I understand, and you know what? This is why you're
Yeah.
actually going to be very successful in your life. You're going to be
Damn.
successful. No, because
Damn.
smart people asking questions
Bro.
all the time.
You just said that, and my friend started laughing.
Right? No, I think so. Because smart people use their brain and they ask questions all the time. They don't believe every single thing that they see. Do you have any more questions that I can answer for you?
Well, I don't have like really no question, but it was really like nice talking to you.
It was nice talking to you, and I'm telling you, you will be successful. Just keep asking questions, okay? And
All
tell
right,
your friends not to laugh, okay?
Okay,
خلاص.
thank you. يلا. مع السلامة.
مع السلامة حبيبي.